श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवाचार्य
गौर भक्त हरे कृष्ण हरे राम
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Krishna
Rama
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna, Krishna
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Ram,
Hare Hare.
Ram Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare.
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Ram,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Ram Hare
Shri Krishna
Ram
Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivachari Om Bhaktavinda
Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
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 Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare
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 Ram
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Vardhana Pranam Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे
Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्री साधु गौरभक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Hare Hare जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्री साधि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे हरे
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवाय
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Ram Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji and Mataji. Dandavad pranams, all glory to Shri Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj.
Hare Krishna Mataji means I can manage Mataji. I mean reading part till 8:40 I can share.
Okay, Prabhuji. Okay, Prabhuji. As soon as I'm ready, I'll let you know. Then you can make me the host.
Yeah, no problem, Mataji. Means once reading completed, you can share after you can
Okay,
Sloka.
Prabhuji.
You can.
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji.
So every day, Prabhu, since Mataji having kids and they have to, of course you also, but better to connect every day morning. Laptop.
No problem, Prabhuji. For me, 8:30 till 8:30, 8:40 is okay, Prabhuji. Means for me, work only problem, Prabhuji. After that, I mean nothing.
Drop చేయాల్సి ఉంటుంది కదా.
లేదు Prabhuji. Only sometimes. I mean every day my wife only drops, Prabhuji.
సో అందుకే మీరు బెటర్ ఎప్పుడైనా ఈ కాల్ కనెక్ట్ అయ్యేటప్పుడు డైరెక్ట్ ల్యాప్టాప్ తోని కనెక్ట్ అవ్వండి ప్రభుజీ. ఓకే. సో ఇన్ కేస్ మీరు బిజీ ఆఫీస్ లో ఉంటే యూ విల్ బి ఏబుల్ టు మేక్ ఏ హోస్ట్ మాతాజీ. యాక్చువల్లీ వన్స్ ఐ గివ్ టు మేక్ ఏ హోస్ట్ యూ విల్ బి ఏబుల్ టు. ఇప్పుడు ట్రై చేశారు ఎప్పుడైనా ప్రభు? నేను ఇప్పుడు చూస్తాను. లెట్ మీ టెస్ట్ వన్ థింగ్. ఐఎమ్ మేకింగ్ యూ హోస్ట్. యూ హ్యావ్ ఆప్షన్ టు మేక్ ఏ హోస్ట్ సంబడి. ఐఎమ్ మేకింగ్ హోస్ట్ నౌ.
yes ప్రభుజీ. I mean నేను హోస్ట్ అయిన తర్వాత నాకు ఉంటుంది ఆప్షన్.
Once he host, Prabhuji, he can make anybody host. Only problem is when somebody has, only the one who has made the host can reclaim the host. The majorly third person doesn't have any authority.
But మీకైతే ఆప్షన్ వచ్చింది కదా ప్రభు, మేక్ హోస్ట్ సంబడి.
Usually Raju Prabhu నన్ను తర్వాత హోస్ట్ చేస్తూ ఉంటారు అట్లానే. సో అది ప్రాబ్లం లేదు ప్రభు.
You can adjust మాతాజీ ప్లీజ్.
I'm really sorry Prabhuji. మొత్తం కొంచెం అటు ఇటు ఉంది.
That's fine మాతాజీ. మీరు still you are showing enthusiasm, attention, read the translations and purpose. That's very amazing actually. That's the needed actually. Thank you very much Mataji, even though you are here different situation, but please continue to inspire us. Okay. Hare Krishna. Yeah, you can start Prabhu. Mangalacharana prayers ఇవన్నీ నేర్చుకోవాలి. ఇంకా రాజు ప్రభు మీరు నాతో దాదాపు 2+ years ఉన్నారు మీరు. So you do it all these things. You also need to be sitting on the Vyasasana and give the lecture one day. learn Prabhu. Okay, I am dropping.
I can do Mangalacharan Prabhu.
Yeah, do Mataji.
Okay,
yes. I'm dropping. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Lalit Mohan Prabhu ki jai. Thank you very much Prabhu for doing Brahma Samhita prayers, teaching and all the wonderful slokas, different tunes. Continue to inspire us. Sapan Prabhu, Samyukta Mataji, please continue. Okay. Hare Krishna.
You come to India Prabhu as soon as possible. You will be happy. Very well.
No, thank you very much Prabhu.
We'll start with Mangalacharan. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatirmirandhasya ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामीति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। I think 15.14 అనుకుంటా ప్రభుజీ, 13 వరకు చదివినట్టున్నాం. 13 క్లిక్ చేయండి. Yeah, I think this is the one.
Please read, Mataji.
Yeah. One second. Yeah. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The military strength of the Kauravas was like an ocean in which there dwelt many invisible existences, and thus it was insurmountable. But because of his friendship, I, seated on the chariot, was able to cross over it. And only by his grace was I able to regain the cows and also collect by force by force many helmets of the kings, which were bedecked with jewels and were source of all brilliance. Purport. On the Kaurava side, there were many stalwart commanders like Bhishma, Drona, Kripa, and Karna, and their military strength was as insurmountable as the great ocean. And yet it was due to Lord Krishna's grace that Arjuna alone, sitting on the chariot, could manage to vanquish them one after another without difficulty. There were many changes of the commanders on the other side, but on the Pandava side, Arjuna alone on the chariot driven by Lord Krishna could manage the whole responsibility of the great war. Similarly, when the Pandavas were living at the palace of Virata incognito, the Kauravas picked a quarrel with King Virata and decided to take away his large number of cows. While they were taking away the cows, Arjuna fought with them incognito and was able to regain the cows along with some booty taken by force, the jewels set on the turbans of the royal order. Arjuna remembered that all this was possible by the grace of the Lord. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Samyukta Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. It was he only who withdrew the duration of life from everyone, and who in the battlefield withdraw the speculative power and strength of enthusiasm from the great military phalanx made by the Kauravas, headed by Bhishma, Karna, Drona, Shalya, etc. Their arrangement was expert and more than adequate, but he, Lord Sri Krishna, while going forward, did all this. But the absolute personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna, expands himself by his plenary Paramatma portion in everyone's heart, and thus he directs everyone in the matter of recollection, forgetfulness, knowledge, the absence of intelligence, and all psychological activities. Bhagavad Gita 15.15. As the Supreme Lord, he can increase or decrease the duration of life of a living being. Thus the Lord conducted the battle of Kurukshetra according to his own plan. He wanted that battle to establish Yudhishthira as the emperor of this planet, and to facilitate this transcendental business, he killed all who were on the opposite party by his omnipotent will. The other party was equipped with all military strength, supported by big generals like Bhishma, Drona, and Shalya, and it would have been physically impossible for Arjuna to win the battle had had the Lord not helped him by every kind of tactic. Such tactics are generally followed by every statesman, even in modern welfare, but they are all done materially by powerful espionages, military tactics, and diplomatic maneuvers. But because Arjuna was the Lord's affectionate devotee, the Lord did all this himself without personal anxiety by Arjuna. That is the way of devotional service to the Lord. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yes, Sandhya Mataji, please read.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation: Great generals like Bhishma, Drona, Karna, Bhurishrava, Susharma, Shalya, Jayadratha, and Bhalika all directed their invincible weapons against me. But by his Lord Krishna's grace, they could not even touch a hair on my head. Similarly, Prahalada Maharaja, the supreme devotee of Lord Narasimhadev, was unaffected by the weapons the demons used against him. Purport: The history of Prahalada Maharaja, the great devotee of Narasimhadeva, is narrated in the 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Prahalada Maharaja, a small child of only 5 years, became the object of envy for his great father Hiranyakashipu, only because of his becoming a pure devotee of the Lord. The demon father employed all his weapons to kill the devotee son, Prahalada, but by the grace of the Lord, he was saved from all sorts of dangerous actions by his father. He was thrown in a fire in boiling oil from the top of a hill underneath the legs of an elephant, and he was administered poison. At last, the father himself took up a chopper to kill his son, and thus Narasimhadeva appeared and killed the heinous father in the presence of the son. Thus, no one can kill the devotee of the Lord. Similarly, Arjuna was also saved by the Lord, although all dangerous weapons were employed by his great opponents like Bhishma.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you. Lavani Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
From here, Mataji.
Karna, right?
Yeah, Karna.
Yeah, Karna. Karna, born of Kunti by the sun god prior to her marriage with Maharaj Pandu. Karna took his birth with bangles and earrings, extraordinary signs of an undaunted hero. In the beginning, his name was Vasusena, but when he grew up, he presented his natural bangles and earrings to Indradeva, and thenceforward he became known as Vaikartana. After his birth from the maiden Kunti, he was thrown into the Ganges. Later, he was picked by the Adhiratha, and he and his wife Radha brought him up as their own offspring. Karna was very charitable, especially toward the Brahmanas. There was nothing he could not spare for the Brahmanas. In the same charitable spirit, he gave in charity his natural bangles and earrings to Indradeva, who, being very much satisfied with him, gave him in return a great weapon called Shakti. He was admitted as one of the students of Dronacharya, and from the very beginning there was some rivalry between him and Arjuna. Seeing his constant rivalry with Arjuna, Duryodhana picked him as his companion, and this gradually grew into greater intimacy. He was also present in the great assembly of Draupadi Swayamvara function. And when he attempted to exhibit his talent in the meeting, Draupadi's brother declared that Karna could not take part in the competition because of his being the son of Shudra carpenter. Although he was refused in the competition, still when Arjuna was successful in piercing the fish target on the ceiling and Draupadi bestowed her garland upon Arjuna, Karna and other disappointed princes offered an unusual stumbling block to Arjuna while he was leaving with Draupadi. Specifically, Karna fought with him very valiantly, but all of them were defeated by Arjuna. Duryodhana was very much pleased with Karna because of his constant rivalry with Arjuna. And when he was in power, he enthroned Karna in the state of Anga. Being baffled in his attempt to win Draupadi, Karna advised Duryodhana to attack King Drupada. And for after defeating him, both Arjuna and Draupadi could be arrested. But Dronacharya rebuked them for this conspiracy, and they refrained from the action. Karna was defeated many times, not only by Arjuna, but also by Bhimasena. He was the king of the kingdom of Bengal, Orissa, and Madras combined. Later on, he took an active part in the Rajasuya sacrifice of Maharaja Yudhishthira. And when there was gambling between the rival brothers designed by Shakuni, Karna took part in the game and he was
1 minute, Mataji. Yeah. Sorry, Mataji. Yeah, we are.
it's okay.
Yeah, yeah.
And he was very pleased. And he was very pleased when Draupadi was offered as a bet in the gambling. This fed his old grudge. When Draupadi was in the game, he was very enthusiastic to declare the news, and it is he who ordered Dushasana to take away the garments of both the Pandavas and Draupadi. He asked Draupadi to select another husband because, being lost by the Pandavas, she was rendered a slave of the Kurus. He was always an enemy of the Pandavas, and whenever there was an opportunity, he tried to curb them all by all means. During the Battle of Kurukshetra, he foresaw the conclusive result, and he expressed his opinion that due to Lord Krishna's being in the chariot driver of Arjuna, the battle should be won by Arjuna. He always differed with Bhishma, and sometimes he was proud enough to say that within 5 days he could finish up the Pandavas if Bhishma would not interfere with his plan of action. But he was much mortified when Bhishma died. He killed Gatotkacha with the Shakti weapon obtained from Indradeva. His son Vrishasena was killed by Arjuna. He killed a large number of Pandava soldiers. At last, there was a severe fight with Arjuna, and it was he only who was able to knock off the helmet of Arjuna. But it is so happened that the wheel of his chariot stuck in the battlefield mud, and when he got down to set the wheel right, Arjuna took the opportunity and killed him, although he requested Arjuna not to do so. Yeah, thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
So Prabhuji and Mataji, when anyone study about the Karna, like we always emphasize that we should be like Arjuna, not like Karna. But the outside world, seeing the charity of the Karna and the good deeds what Karna did, they always, and what happened to Karna, like from the start, Kunti leaving him in the river, and what we say, Dronacharya rejecting him, and in Swayamvara also he's getting what you say, not accepted by the king Drupada because he's from not a kingly family. If you see, everything bad happened to Karna, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So generally, if someone asks, what would be our reply? Which should be very convincing to them. So how can we do that? Generally, this is the problem which comes in our life, in the life of devotees. Whenever we speak about Arjuna, they speak about Karna. All things bad happened. And at last, you see, even in this purport also, Prabhupada has said that Karna told Arjuna not to,
kill him while he was,
kill him. But Arjuna has done it. Why? Why it is so? In this way, actually, the general regular people or the impersonalists, they show that Karna is even greater than the Arjuna, right? This is what we have been taught in all our childhood also. Dana Veera Sura Karna.
Yeah, Dana Veera Sura.
Yes, yeah.
The psyche of the South Indians or some people in the north or the leftists is that he's better than all the devotee who is known as Arjuna. How would you overcome this? So it is never point to point. It is never only that we see the things in this life. We should know the past of the Karna. Who is Karna in his previous life? Dambodhava.
Demon.
He is a very great demon. And if you see the present life also, and whom he has taken shelter in his previous life, Sun God.
Yes, Prabhu.
And yes, how Sun God has kept him in, what is it? That is how Sun God has relieved him. Actually, it's not. He also relieved this demon in the greater game plan of Krishna. So this is how you start. And if you see, even though he knows that Duryodhana is a not good guy, he still befriended him. How it is? How is it possible? Because he has those inclinations inside him. And he is the one who actually advised this, plan of dice game and to put stake of Draupadi in front, because he got what is it? He and Duryodhana had the same grudge onto the Draupadi. So all these things he has done, but in front of the people, how he put himself up about Dana Veera Sura. So this is a perfect story of what is a, you have a twin, what is it? Double personalities, you can say, or like what is it? Kali Yuga is of two kinds of people. One
Hypocrisy.
is hypocrites. So these are the perfect example of this is a perfect example of hypocrisy. That is what you can say. This is what Karna is actually. When he comes into the public, he shows as if he is a very great personality, but in private, who has with him? Duryodhana. All these, terrible personalities. He used to be in front of, in between them. And generally, people portray him as Dana, Veera, and Sura. Why? Because his face in the public is like that. But his face in the private is just opposite to what he shows in the public. This is not with Arjuna. Arjuna is very straightforward. He has guts to speak. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji and Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Here, this statement, Prabhuji, means like Dronacharya rejected, right? Like he was admitted as one of the students of Dronacharya. Why it is like means? Yeah, they mentioned means Dronacharya not accepted, right?
He didn't accept Prabhuji.
Yeah, but here, what is this sentence, Prabhuji means?
Generally, in our scriptures, like in the Mahabharatas, which we read from Andhra and some other places, they say it is because of his caste. But it is never like that, Prabhuji. It is because of his guna he has been rejected.
Yeah, but here admitted, like here, Prabhupada mentioning that admitted, right? Here.
See, Prabhupada admitted, but Prabhupada also many times said that it is not because of the caste we, take them into the school or Gurukul. It is because of the guna we take them.
Yeah.
Dronacharya, even though, Prabhuji, just let me be very clear. Drona is not a spiritual master. Who is he? Nor he is a Vedic teacher. Who is he? He is a martial arts teacher, Prabhuji. His guna might be Brahman, but what is it? His Swabhava is a fighting Swabhava. Have you seen this, Prabhuji? This is the classic example of what happens when you don't follow your Swadharma. What happened at last, Prabhuji? He lost his son also. And in such a heinous manner that no one wants to see him for the 5,000 years to come. That is the curse which he has got. Why? They didn't follow their Swadharma. They followed others' dharma.
What is this, Prabhuji? 5,000 years? I didn't get.
Ashwatthama got cursed for 5,000 years. No? That anywhere you go, 10 miles around you will be stinky.
Yeah. That's
ఏంటి ప్రభుజీ ఒకసారి తెలుగులో చెప్పండి ఏమైంది అర్థం కాలేదు.
See, actually, Ashwatthama has killed all the 5 sons of Draupadi.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Thinking they were the 5 Pandavas.
Yeah.
So when Ashwatthama was brought in front of Draupadi to behead by Arjuna, Krishna told, behead him. Now, then what happened? Draupadi says, please stop.
Yes, yeah.
Because Kripi should not face the ordeal which I am facing.
Yeah.
It means the wife of Dronacharya.
Yeah,
should not face what I do, so leave him. Then Krishna cursed. Generally, Krishna never curses. Krishna never points out anyone to anyone. But even Krishna, he couldn't stop. That's the heinous crime which this guy has done. To that extent, Prabhuji, when these 5 skulls has been taken to this guy, the villain of Mahabharata. Who is that?
Drava.
No, the elder son of Duryodhana. When they has been taken to Duryodhana, what happened is he caught hold of that 5 skulls, and first he told, "Why did you do that?" See, Duryodhana is a Kali personified. Still he said, why did you do this heinous crime? See, they might be our enemies, but they are our Vamsa. They are the only hope for me that our family will go in the future. Why did you do that?
ఎవరు చెప్పారు? దుర్యోధన చెప్పాడా?
Yeah, Duryodhana said this. So such a heinous crime, Prabhu, it is. And he thought that it is, what is it? Duryodhana just by seeing those, what is the skulls only, he could say they are very, what is it? Fine. They are not so coarse as the Pandavas. Pandavas' skulls will be very, very hard to toughen. By at least toughen they are. But they are the sons of Pandavas, so they are not that tough. So just by touching them and seeing them, they call, these are not Pandavas. You killed their sons. How can you do that? They might be our enemies, but they are our, next generation. What have you done? Then all eyes turned towards that Garbha of Abhimanyu's wife. So even
Uttara.
that also, was not spared by this guy. Then that is how Krishna saved Parikshit in the womb of Uttara. So many things happened in that war, Prabhuji. But why we have gone there? We have gone there because Swadharma should be followed. If we don't follow your Swadharma and you become an archery teacher, which is a Kshatriya vritti, what happens to you is this one only.
Okay.
But why, this person rejected Karna? Because Karna has bad inclinations. That is the reason he rejected. It is not because he has come from Sudra family. No.
Okay.
The inclination of Karna is not good. Huh?
Yeah, it means same with respect to Ekalavya also. Prabhuji means, Ekalavya also.
Same, Prabhu.
Yeah.
If you don't have proper thoughts with you, thought and process should be plain, Prabhu. Why actually he cursed Karna? Because till then he would have told him, he would have told him that I am from that family. He didn't say. And later on, when that one this thing happens, blood sucker insect will come and suck the blood.
So he is the Dronacharya Prabhuji that in that past time?
Yes.
Okay.
Drona then will come to know that he is a Kshatriya blood. It is not the blood of other Shudra.
Is it Karna, Prabhuji?
This is Karna story.
Okay.
And then he curses. तू जो भी मतलब तेरे पास युद्ध का ये रहेगा, प्रॉपर टाइम पे तेरे को काम नहीं आएगा.
Okay.
तो टाइम पे सब भूल जाएगा.
అది ఎవరు ఇచ్చారు రోజు? ద్రోణాచారి ఇచ్చారా అది కర్సు?
ద్రోణ नहीं what you say?
Parshurama
right, Prabhuji? Then Karna.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, sorry, Parshuram. It's not Dronacharya.
Yeah.
So this is how it happens. He's not straightforward.
Yeah.
His intent might be straight, Prabhu, but his communication is never straight.
Yeah.
So, but Arjuna and all are not like that. Whatever is inside, it is outside.
Yeah.
To such an extent that Bhima married Hidimba.
Yeah.
Hidimbi.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, Hidimbi.
Bhima even married, she's a Rakshasa Vritti girl, Prabhuji.
Yes, yeah.
But, that's how it is. Being straight. And it doesn't mean being, shameless. No. We are not proposing that. Shamelessness is different thing, but being straightforward is different thing. But Pandavas has that nature. They are very straightforward. But these people are hypocrites. So that is how Karna is different from Pandavas, not Arjuna. So if someone tells you that Danaviras were Karna, just tell them these things. Might be, but this is the problem with Karna.
Yeah, understood.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, Prabhuji, please read this too.
Prabhu, I have spoke a lot. Let others read now, please.
No problem, Prabhuji. Because knowledge, right? I mean, whatever you're sharing, because we don't know much, Prabhuji. Because everybody, like whatever you say, right?
Napta or Bhurishrava. Bhurishrava was the son of Somadatta, a member of Kuru family. His other brother was Shalya. Both the brothers and father attend the Swayamvara ceremony of Draupadi. All of them appreciated the wonderful strength of Arjuna due to his being the devotee friend of the Lord. And thus Bhurishrava advised the sons of Dhritarashtra not to pick any quarrel or fight with them. All of them also attended the Rajasuya or of Maharaj Yudhishthira. He possessed one Akshavini regiment of army, cavalry, elephants, and chariots, and all these were employed in the battle of Kurukshetra on behalf of Duryodhana's party. He was counted by Bhima as one of the Yuthapatis. In the battle of Kurukshetra, he was especially engaged in the fight with Satyaki, and he killed 10 sons of Satyaki. Later on, Arjuna cut off his hands and he was ultimately killed by Satyaki. After his death, he merged into existence of Vishwadeva. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Read this one also.
Okay. Trigartha or Susharma, son of Maharaj Vriddhakshetra. He was the king of Trigartha Desha. So, for your information, this Trigartha Desha is nothing but the present day South Pakistan, like Sindhi and Balochistan. Together forms Trigartha Desha. And he was also present in the Swayamvara ceremony of Draupadi. He was one of the allies of Duryodhana. And he advised Duryodhana to attack the Matsya Desha, Darbhanga. During the time of cow stooling in Virat Nagara, he was able to arrest Maharaj Virata. But later, Maharaj Virata was released by Bhima in the battle of Kurukshetra. He also fought very valiantly, but at the end, he was killed by Arjuna. Thank you, Prabhu.
ఎవరు ప్రభుజీ ఎవరు చెప్పండి త్రిగర్త
Raja. Susharma Prabhu. He was killed by Arjuna only.
Okay. Yeah, Saban Prabhuji, please read this Jayadratha.
Jayadratha, the son of Maharaja Vriddhakshetra. He was a king of Sindhu Desha, modern Sindh, Pakistan. His wife's name was Dushala. He was also present in Swayamvara ceremony of Draupadi, and he desired very strongly to have her hand, but he failed in the competition. But since then, he always sought the opportunity to get in touch with Draupadi. When he was going to marry in Salyadesha, on the way to Kamyavana, he happened to see Draupadi again and was too much attracted to her. The Pandavas and Draupadi were then in exile after losing their empire in gambling, and Jayadratha thought it wise to send news to Draupadi in an illicit manner through Kotishasya, one of his associates. Draupadi at once refused vehemently the proposal of Jayadratha, but being so much attracted by the beauty of Draupadi, he tried again and again. Every time he was refused by Draupadi, he tried to take her away forcibly on his chariot, and at the first Draupadi gave him a good dashing, and he fell like a root-cut tree. But he was not discouraged, and he was able to force Draupadi to sit on the chariot. This incident was seen by Dhaumya Muni, and he strongly protested the action of Jayadratha. He also followed the chariot, and through Dhatreika, the matter was brought to the notice of Maharaj Yudhishthira. The Pandavas then attacked the soldiers of Jayadratha and killed them all. And at last, Bhima caught hold of Jayadratha and beat him severely, almost dead. Then all but 5 hairs were cut off of his head, and he was taken to all the kings and introduced as slave of Maharaj Yudhishthira. He was forced to admit himself to be the slave of Maharaj Yudhishthira before all the princely order, and in the same condition he was brought before Maharaj Yudhishthira. Maharaj Yudhishthira was kind enough to order him released, and when he was admitted to being a tributary prince under Maharaj Yudhishthira, Queen Draupadi also desired his release. After this incident, he was allowed to return to his country. Being so insulted, he went to Gangotri in the Himalayas and undertook a severe type of penance to please Lord Shiva. He asked his benediction to defeat all Pandavas, at least one at a time. Then the battle of Kurukshetra began and he took sides of Duryodhana. In the first day's fight, he was engaged with Maharaj Drupada, then with Virata, and then with Abhimanyu. While Abhimanyu was being killed, mercilessly surrounded by 7 great generals, the Pandava came to his help, but Jayadratha, by mercy of Lord Shiva, repulsed them with great ability. At this, Arjuna took a vow to kill him. And on hearing this, Jayadratha wanted to leave the war field and ask permission from the Kauravas for this cowardly action. But he was not allowed to do so. On the contrary, he was obliged to fight with Arjuna. And while the fight was going on, Lord Krishna reminded Arjuna that the benediction of Shiva upon Jayadratha was that whoever would cause his head to fall on the ground would die at once. He therefore advised Arjuna to throw the head of Jayadratha directly onto the lap of his father, who was engaged in penance at the Samanta Panchaka village pilgrimage. This was actually done by Arjuna. Jayadratha's father was surprised to see a severed head on his lap, and he at once threw it to the ground. The father immediately died, his forehead being cracked in 7 pieces. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Yeah. Who else is there, Prabhuji, to read? Chandramouli Prabhuji, you want to read?
Yeah, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. It was by his mercy only that my enemies neglected to kill me when I descended from my chariot to get water for my thirsty horses. And it was due to my lack of esteem for my Lord that I dared engage him as my chariot driver, for he is worshipped and offered services by the best men to attain salvation. Purport. The Supreme Lord, the personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, is the object of worship both by impersonalists and by the devotees of the Lord. The impersonalists worship his glowing effulgence emanating from his transcendental body of eternal form, bliss and knowledge, and the devotees worship him as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Those who are below even the impersonalists consider him to be one of the great historical personalities. The Lord, however, descends to attract all by his specific transcendental pastimes, and thus he plays the part of the most perfect master, friend, and son and lover. His transcendental relation with Arjuna was in friendship, and the Lord therefore played the part perfectly, as he did with his parents, lovers, and wives. While playing in such a perfect transcendental relation, the devotee forgets by the internal potential of the Lord that is friend or son in the Supreme Personality of Godhead, although sometimes the devotee is bewildered by the acts of the Lord. After the departure of the Lord, Arjuna was conscious of his great friend, but there was no mistake on the part of Arjuna nor any ill estimation of the Lord. Intelligent men are attracted by the transcendental acting of the Lord with a pure, unalloyed devotee like Arjuna. It was in the war field, scarcity of water is a well-known fact. Water is very rare there, and both the animals and men working strenuously on the war field constantly require water to quench their thirst. Especially wounded soldiers and generals feel very thirsty at the time of death, and it sometimes so happens that simply for want of water, one has to die unavoidably. But such scarcity of water was solved in the battle of Kurukshetra by means of boring the ground. By God's grace, water can be easily obtained from any place if there is facility for boring the ground. The modern system works on the same principle of boring the ground, but modern engineers are still unable to dig immediately wherever necessary. It appears, however, from the history as far back as the days of the Pandavas, the big generals like Arjuna could at once supply water even to the horses, and what to speak of men, by drawing water from the underneath the hard ground simply by penetrating the stratum with a sharp arrow, a method still unknown to the modern scientists. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Yes. Translation. O King, his jokings and frank talks were pleasing and beautifully decorated with smiles. His addresses unto me, O son of Pratha, O friend, O son of the Kuru dynasty, and all such heartiness are now remembered by me, and thus I am overwhelmed. I'm stopping here, Prabhuji. Can I stop here? We'll continue tomorrow.
Yes,
Yeah. I'm making you host, Mataji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah, from 19, Mataji, we need to read from 19.
From 19.
Yeah, 19.
Tomorrow. Okay.
Monday.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Yeah, I make use to Mataji.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
Please take it
Can
forward.
each one of you individually practice this?
Yeah, Prabhuji, you can start once.
Okay, I'll go ahead once with one time, then each one of you practice. Okay.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Shriya Kanta Kanta Parama Purusha Kalpatarvo Druma Bhumischinta Mani Ganamayi Toyamamritam Katha Ganam Natyam Gamanamapi Vamsi Priyasaki Chidanandam Jyoti Paramapi Tada Svadyamapi Cha Sayatra Kshiradisravati Surabhipyascha Sumahan Nimesharddhakyo va vrajati nahi yatrapi samayah Bhaje Svetadvipam tamaham iha golokamitiyam Vidantaste santha kshiti virala chara katipai Iti Brahma Samhita ki jai. Haribol. Now please, one by one.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Shall I take the names or will you go ahead by yourselves?
I will go ahead, Prabhuji.
Okay, Prabhu, go ahead.
Sriya Kanta Kanta Parama Purusha Kalpataravo Druma Bhumi Chinta Mani Ganamayi Toyamamrutam Kada Ganam Natyam Gamanamapi Vamsi Priyasaki Chidanandam Jyoti Paramapi Tada Swadyamapi Cha Sayatra Kshirabdi Sravati Surabhipyascha Sumahan Nimesharddhakyo va vrajati nahi yatrapi samayah Vaje Svetadvipam tamahamiha golokamitiyam Vidantaste santaha chiti viralachara kapitaye.
Last string line malak sachin Prabhu.
Okay. Vaje Svetadvipam tamahamiha golokamitiyam Bhaje
Bhaje
Svetadvipam
Svetadvipam tamaham iha golokamitiyam
Bhaje Svetadvipam tamaham iha golokamitiyam Vidantaste itiyam Vidantaste santaha chiti viralachara katipaye.
Yes, Prabhu. Haribol. Who else?
I'll do Prabhuji.
Go ahead, Mataji.
Shriyah Kanta Kanta Paramapurusha Kalpataravo Druma Bhumischinta Mani Ganamayi Toyamamrutam Katha Ganam Natyam Gamanamapi Vamshi Priyasaki Chidanandam Jyoti Paramapi Tada Svatyamapi Cha Sayatra Kshirabdi Shravati Surabhipyascha Sumahan Nimesharddhakyo va vrajati nahi yatrapi samayah Bhaje Svetadvipam tamaham iha golokamitiyam Vidantaste santakshiti viralachara katipaye.
Yes, Mataji. Good.
Thank you, bro.
Who else?
So, Prabhuji.
Yeah, go ahead, Mataji.
Sri Brahma Samhita 5.56. శ్రియ కాంతా కాంతా పరమపురుష కల్పతరవో ద్రుమా భూమిశ్చింతామణి గణమయీ తోయమమృతం కథాగానం నాట్యం గమనమపి వంశీ ప్రియసఖీ చిదానందం జ్యోతి పరమపి తదా స్వాద్యమపి చ స యత్ర క్షీరాప్తి శ్రవతి సురభీభ్యశ్చ సుమః నిమేషార్ధక్యో వా వ్రజతి నహి యత్రాపి సమయా భజే శ్వేతద్వీపం తమహం ఇహ గోలోకమితియం విదాంతస్తే సంతాక్షితి విరల చారః కటిపయే.
అయిపోయింది మాతాజీ, పోయింది లాస్ట్ లో. ఒక్కసారి నిమేషార్ధాక్యం నుంచి చదువు మాతాజీ. నిమేషార్ధాక్యో వా
నిమేషార్ధాక్యో వా
చదవమంటారా? నన్ను మీరు చేస్తారా?
నేను ఒకసారి చేస్తాను ప్రభుజీ.
చేయండి మాతాజీ.
నిమేషార్ధాక్యో వ్రజతి నహి అట్లే ప్రభుజీ.
నేను ఒకసారి చేస్తాను, మీరు రిపీట్ చేయండి. నిమేషార్ధాక్యో వా వ్రజతి నహి యత్రాపి సమయః భజే శ్వేతద్వీపం తమహం ఇహ గోలోకమితియం విదంతస్తే సంత క్షితి విరల చారాకటిపై. చేయండి మాతాజీ.
నిమేషార్ధాక్యో వా వ్రజతి నహి యత్రాపి సమయా భజే శ్వేతద్వీపం తమహం ఇహ గోలోకమితియం విదంతస్తే సంతాక్షితి విరల చారాకటిపయే.
ఎస్ మాతాజీ.
థ్యాంక్ యూ ప్రభుజీ.
లావణ్య మాతాజీ, దీపా మాతాజీ.
హరే కృష్ణ మాతాజీ. ఒకసారి ప్రభుజీ. శ్రీ బ్రహ్మ సంహిత 5.56. శ్రియకాంతా కాంతః పరమ పురుషా కల్పతరువో ద్రుమా భూమిశ్చింతామణి గణిమయీ తోయమమృతం కథాగానం నాట్యం గమనమపి వంశీ ప్రియసఖీ చిదానందం జ్యోతి పరమపి తదా స్వాద్యమపి చ స యత్ర క్షీరాబ్ది శ్రవతి సురభీభ్యస్స సుమః నిమేషార్ధో 1 second. నిమేషార్ధాక్యో వా వ్రజతి నహి యత్రాపి సమయా భజే శ్వేతద్వీపం తమహం ఇహ గోలోకమితియం విదంతస్తే సంతాక్షితి విరల చారాకటిపయే.
ఎస్ మాతాజీ.
నిమేషార్ధాక్యో అక్కడ పోయింది ప్రభుజీ. నిమేషార్ధాక్యో వా వ్రజతి
నిమేషార్ధాక్యో వా వ్రజతి నహి యత్రాపి సమయః
నిమేషార్ధాక్యో వా వ్రజతి నహి యత్రాపి సమయా.
ఎస్ మాతాజీ. దీపా మాతాజీ.
Yes, Prabhuji, I'll do it. Shriya Kanta Kanta Parama Purusha Kalpataravo Druma Bhumischinta Maniganamayi Toyamamritam Katha Ganam Natyam Gamanamapi Vamshi Priyasakhi Chidanandam Jyoti Paramapi Tad Aswadyamapi Cha स यत्र क्षीराब्धिश्रवति सुरभिभ्यश्च सुमहान् निमेषार्धाक्यो वा व्रजति नहि यत्रापि समयः भजे श्वेतद्वीपं तमहम् इह गोलोकमितियं विदन्तस्ते सन्तः क्षितिविरलचारा कटिपये.
ఎస్ మాతాజీ. తద్ ఆస్వాదమపి చ ఆస్వాద్యమపి చ
तदास्वाद्यमपि च
ఒకసారి ఆ లైన్ చదవండి మాతాజీ మొత్తం.
ఓకే, ఒకసారి మళ్ళీ మొత్తం చదువుతాను ప్రభుజీ. మొమెంటం
మొత్తం ఓకే.
శ్రియకాంతా కాంతః పరమ పురుష కల్పతరవో ద్రుమా భూమిశ్చింతామణి గణమయీ తోయమమృతం कथागानं नाट्यं गमनमपि वंशी प्रियसखी चिदानन्दं ज्योतिः परमपि तद् आस्वाद्यमपि च स यत्र क्षीराब्धिश्रवति सुरभिभ्यश्च सुमहान् निमेषार्धाख्यो वा व्रजति न हि यत्रापि समयः भजे श्वेतद्वीपं तमहम् इह गोलोकमिति यम् विदन्तस्ते सन्तः क्षितिविरलचारा कतिपये.
Yes, Mataji, perfect.
ఓకే ప్రభుజీ. ఆ కటిపై కాదు కదా ప్రభుజీ, అది కతిపై అనుకుంటా. నేను రాంగ్ చదువుతున్నానేమో అనిపిస్తుంది నాకు. కతిపై అనుకుంటా ఏమో.
ఒకసారి అది సంస్కృత్ చూడండి మాతాజీ.
టీ కింద డాట్ లేదు, అందుకనే నాకు డౌట్. ఓకే ప్రభుజీ, నేను దాంట్లో
చూద్దాం తర్వాత.
యా ఓకే ప్రభుజీ, థ్యాంక్ యూ.
ఓకే. రాజు ప్రభు, సపన్ ప్రభు.
హరే కృష్ణ ప్రభుజీ.
హరే కృష్ణ ప్రభు.
Can I try, Prabhuji?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Sri Brahma Samhita 5.56. Shriya Kanta Kanta Parama Purusha Kalpataravo Druma Bhumi Chinta Mani Ganamayi Toyam Amrutam Katha Ghanam Natyam Gaganamapi Vamshi Priyasaki Chidanandam Jyoti Paramapi Tadaswadhyayam Apicha स यत्र क्षीराब्धि श्रवति सुरभिभस्य सुमहान् निमेषार्धाख्यो वा व्रजति नहि यत्रापि समयः भजे श्वेताद्वीपं तमह्यं गोलोकमिति यम् विदन्तस्ते सन्ता क्षितिविरलचारा कतिपये. Okay,
Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
I understand ఇది గగనం ప్రభు, but it is గమనం here.
ఇక్కడ ప్రభుజీ గమనం అపి
ఈ ఒక్క శ్లోకం గగనం కింద ఉంటుంది, బట్ గమనం ప్రభు.
ఫస్ట్ నేను గణం గగనం అంటే గగనంలో అన్నట్టుగా పోతుంది ప్రభుజీ గారు.
గమనం ప్రభు.
చాలా ఫోకస్ ఉన్న ప్రభుజీ, మీరు ప్రతి ఒక్కరి అందరికి మంచి క్యాచ్ చేస్తున్నారు అసలు.
అరే ప్రభు, పాయింట్ అవుట్ చేయడం చాలా ఈజీ ప్రభు. పాయింట్ అవుట్ చేయడం అందుకని ఈజీ పని యాక్చువల్లీ. ఎందుకంటే
ప్రభుజీ అది సంస్కృత్ చూసాను, కతిపయేనే అది.
కతిపయ. ఓకే మాతాజీ, కతిపయ.
ఓకే.
స్వరూప్ దామోదర్ దాస్ ప్రభుజీ కటిపయ అంటారు మాతాజీ.
మనకు అలా అలవాటు అయిపోయింది ప్రభుజీ. చౌపటిలో కూడా కటిపై అని చెప్పడం వాళ్ళకి అలవాటు, మాకు అదే అలవాటు.
అంటే నేను ఎక్కడ కూడా ఈవెన్ వేదాబేస్ లో కూడా సంస్కృతి లేదు. అయితే ఒకటి బ్రహ్మ సంహిత బై అనంత నితాయి దాస్ అనుంది. దాంట్లో ఏమో ఆన్ ద వీడియో యాక్చువల్లీ సంస్కృత్ ఇస్ దేర్ అండ్ బిలో దట్ ఇంగ్లీష్ ట్రాన్స్లేషన్ ఇస్ దేర్. సో అందులో చూస్తే కతిపయ అని ఉంది సంస్కృత్ లో, అదర్వైజ్ ఇంకెక్కడ సంస్కృతి లేదు యాక్చువల్లీ.
ఇంకొకటి రాజు ప్రభు,
హరే కృష్ణ ప్రభు.
ఇంకొకటి ఎక్కడో తేడా వచ్చింది, ఒకసారి చదువుతారా మళ్ళీ?
చాలా కష్టంగా ఉంది ప్రభు.
కష్టంగా ఉందా? ఇంకొకసారి చేయండి, ఏం కాదు. మీలో తప్పులు పాయింట్ అవుట్ చేయడం కాదు, అక్కడ ఇంప్రూవ్ అవ్వాలని అంతే.
అదే సరే ప్రభు, ఒకసారి చదువుతాను మళ్ళీ. శ్రియ కాంత కాంత పరమ పురుష కల్పతరవు ద్రుమా భూమి చింతామణి ఘనమయీ తోయమృతం కథాగానం నాట్యం గమనమపి వంశీ ప్రియసఖీ చిదానందం జ్యోతి పరమపి తదస్వాధ్యాయమపి చ చిదానందం జ్యోతి పరమపి తదస్వాధ్యాయమపి చ
స్వాధ్యమపి చ. ఒకసారి మళ్ళీ నేను చేస్తాను, రిపీట్ చేయండి.
Yeah, Prabhu.
Chidanandam Jyoti Paramapi Tadasvadyamapi cha.
Chidanandam Jyoti Paramapi Tadaswadhyayamapi cha.
Tadasvadyamapi cha.
Tadaswadhyamapi cha.
Tadasvadyamapi cha.
Tadaswadhyamapi cha.
Tadasvadyamapi cha.
Tadaswadhyamapi cha.
Tadasvadyamapi cha.
Tadaswadhyamapi cha.
ఇప్పుడు తదాస్వాద్యమపి చ.
Tadaswadhyamapi cha.
చదువుకుంటున్నాం.
Okay. I mean, the second stroke means
చిదానందం లైన్ చదువుకుంటున్నాం.
Chidanandam Jyoti Paramapi Tadaswadhyamapi cha. Sayatra Kshirabdi Shravati Surabhi Basya Sumahan Nimeshardakyo Vavrajati Nahi Yatrapi Samaya Bhaje Sveta Deepam Tamaham Iha Golokamitiyam Vidantaste Santa Kshiti Virala Chara Katipai.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, thank you.
Sapan Prabhu, please go ahead.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Prabhu. Sri Brahma Samhita 5.56. Sriya Kanta Kanta Parama Purusha Kalpataravo Druma Bhumis Chintamani Ganamai Toyam Amritam Katha Ganam Natyam Gamanam Api Vamshi Priyasakhi Chidanandam Jyoti Parama Api Tadasvadyam Api cha. Sayatra Shirabdi Shravati Surabhibhyascha Sumaha Nimesardhakyo Vavrajati Nahi Yatrapi Samaya Bhaje Svetadvipam Tamaham Iha Golokam Itiyam Vidantaste Santa Shiti Virala Chara Katipai.
చాలా జాగ్రత్తగా చదువుతుంది. యాక్చువల్లీ ఫ్లో పేస్ట్ చదివితే కంపల్సరీ వచ్చేస్తుంది. కొంచెం ఫాస్ట్ అయితే అయిపోయినట్టు.
అంటే ఇది కరెక్టా ప్రభుజీ? ఇంకా ఫాస్ట్ గా చదవాలి?
యా ట్రాన్స్లేషన్
ఈ పేస్ కరెక్టా? ఇంకా ఫాస్ట్ గా చదవమంటారు?
నో లర్నింగ్ ఫేస్ లో ఇదే ఫేస్ లో ఇంత స్లోగా వెళ్తేనే కరెక్ట్ వస్తుంది ప్రభుజీ. కొంచెం ఫాస్ట్ అయినా అయిపోయినట్టే. అంటే బాగా ప్రాక్టీస్ ఉంటే ఫాస్ట్ వెళ్తారు, లేకపోతే ఇదే ఫేస్ లో వెళ్ళాలి, స్లోగా వెళ్ళాలి, వచ్చేస్తుంది.
ఓకే ప్రభుజీ.
Okay, all over now, all are over now. So what we do tomorrow also we practice this.
Yes, Prabhu.
Tomorrow also we'll practice this, or we'll go ahead for 10 by 10.
No. Yes, tomorrow also we'll practice, Prabhuji, because this is important.
Okay, ma'am. Tomorrow also we'll practice this, and from the next week we'll practice 10, 10, 10. Okay. All 30 will be completed.
రేపు సాటర్డే కదా ప్రభుజీ? రేపు
ఇవాళ ఫ్రైడే నా?
ఇవాళ ఫ్రైడే. సో ఐ థింక్ మనం 10 మండే నుంచి 10 స్టార్ట్ చేయడమే బెటర్ ప్రభుజీ.
Okay, but devotees are not confident with this, I guess.
అంటే మనము వాయిస్ ప్రింట్స్ గ్రూప్ లో పెట్టి and at the end again we can spend time on this at the end after we complete the 10.
Okay, we'll go for 10.
I mean that is my opinion, but let's take everybody's opinion how everybody wants to go about.
Yes, Mataji, once we practice this we can do 10 also, because this is a little bit harder. That 10 we can do, Mataji, at the same time.
Samyukta Mataji, Sandhya Mataji, and others also, like Sapan Prabhu, Raju Prabhu, Chandramali Prabhu. You can also please go ahead with your opinions.
అంటే మనం ఒక పని చేద్దాం అయితే. ఇప్పుడు మనకేమి అట్లా ఏమి రూల్ లేదు కాబట్టి లెట్స్ స్పెండ్ మండే ఆల్సో ఆన్ దిస్, అండ్ ఫ్రమ్ ట్యూస్డే విల్ డూ 10. ఏం పోయింది?
Yes, we'll go like that, and after this we will start Dhruva Maharaj prayers.
Which one, Prabhu?
Dhruva
Maharaj prayers. Okay, Prabhu.
Yeah. That is the shortest of all the prayers. Then we will go with the different prayers then slowly. Okay. Is it okay with you, or shall we go to the other prayers?
No, whatever you say, we will follow, Prabhu.
Arre Bapre. That is a danger, Prabhu.
That is perfect, Prabhu, not danger.
You please go ahead with any of Because I also don't know all the prayers. I know only some prayers.
But it's
5
very
or
good,
6
Prabhuji, when we learn
Huh?
prayers. Many of the acharyas also have said, no, we should always look at these prayers to know how to pray.
Yeah. So we'll
It's a
go
very
with the
good idea.
Dhruva prayers, and then Prahlad prayers, and then Kunti prayers, and then many prayers. But we'll go with this
Gajendra
first.
prayers. Yes, Prabhuji.
Gajendra, there is a Gajendra Moksham prayers also.
Prabhuji, Bhishma Stuti, Prabhuji, Bhishma prayers.
Bhishma Stuti, yes, that is also is there. There are many, but we will learn step by step slowly, because those are all 4-line slokas. Individually, if we speak those slokas, we can fit them into these 6 tunes which we have learned earlier. But when we go into the as a prayers, the tune will be a bit different. Okay.
Yes, Prabhuji.
We should go very fastly, a bit faster. So the prayers will be different and individual slokas will be different always. Okay. We will go with the Dhruva Maharaj prayers. That is a bit easier because that is how we have started in our own time. So I think we will start again with the same.
Yes.
And to be very frank, we have a gap of 10 years. That is in 2013 we have done all those prayers and all. Now it is 22 to 9 years. In between, many things happened in my life. But we will do the pattern which my counselor has taught us. Okay.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay.
And thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji, for Brahma Samhita prayers.
Yeah, thank you very much, Prabhuji.
Okay. No, not thank you. Now, when you get some service somewhere, and when people all go together and sit and do this, you see the awe and reverence and vibration out there. Okay. Not awe and reverence, the vibrations out there you see. That will completely change everything. If it is in the Havan, or if it is in the, Abhishek, or the flower, Pushabhishek, any Abhishek, when you do it together, it will completely change the resonance of the room. We don't know how, but all auspiciousness comes there. That's how it is. But you should do it together. When a single person with the mic, it doesn't make so much impact. Then some 10 people, sitting together and doing without mic. You have that opportunity because Hyderabad is a happening place. That too in Leland Prabhu's programs, it is ever happening. So take this opportunity and just utilize this in the service of Krishna. Okay.
Yes, Prabhuji. We'll definitely glorify Krishna with these beautiful prayers.
Prabhuji, I have one question, Prabhuji.
But anyway, if you have this opportunity, just go ahead. That's it. If someone is doing it very bad, don't try to correct them. That's not our theme. Okay. This why we have learned only to serve the Lord. That's it. Not to correct anyone, especially to devotees. No. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Deepa Mataji, please go ahead. Deepa Mataji, please conclude the call. Am I audible?
Yes, Prabhuji, you are audible. Prabhuji, I have a small question, Prabhuji. Can we learn all these things without offering Guru Darshana also, Prabhuji?
Guru?
Dakshina.
I didn't get you, Prabhuji.
If you are learning something from a...
Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
If you wanted to learn something from others, Prabhuji, we have to offer Guru Darshana, right? So, how much this is auspicious?
Oh. Hare Prabhu. Guru Shishya ne relation unta Guru Dakshina with Prabhu.
Yeah.
What do you think about me?
I'm treating you as Guru, Prabhuji, for all of us.
Bas, ho gaya na. I'll stop from tomorrow.
No, Prabhuji. Just wanted to know. That's why I'm asking.
Please don't take it like that. It's never like that, Prabhu.
Okay.
Prabhu, we are all equals. We are at equal level. Okay. The only good fortune which I have is at the point of time my brother placed me somewhere where I got to learn all these things. That's it. This is a skill, Prabhu. This is never a bhakti. Let me be very clear. Okay. In the bhakti
Yes.
perspective, many of you are even advanced than me, but I had some skill. That's it. That too because I have learned it at a particular time. That is my young age, at the 22 and 22, 23, 24, 25. I spent these years in Krishna consciousness properly. That's the reason why I have got it. It's never that, like, one is above and one is below. It's not like that. That is not the way I'm, I'm considering you. I'm considering you as my own equals and friends. That's how we are going ahead. Okay. Please don't take it like that. Let me be.
Sorry, Prabhuji, if I hurt you anything.
No, it's not about hurting, Prabhuji. But if it is like that, then I cannot go ahead, bro. Let's be like equals.
No, what I felt was before joining these calls, I don't know how to twist my tongue. But after practicing all these 6 months,
that is helpful from you. That's the importance of the
we are in a highway like that. We are feeling. Yeah.
Hare Krishna. We are happy that you are here. That's it. Hare Krishna. I'm very grateful to all of you people that you are bearing me somehow or other. Prabhu, you know that I am the only jackal in my base. Everyone is Hamsas only. If you hear my friends' tunes now, you would have gone ahead even farther than what you are now. That's how they teach. That's how they are. But they're in their own different places now, so they cannot teach you. But everyone else in my base is. Let me tell you, my counselor used to school me a lot compared to the others. Because that is how I am. I'm not interested in tunes and all. From my childhood, I only did one thing. Pointing out the classical music. That, when they, the Carnatic singers, when they, stretch the tunes now, I used to, it would look very odd for me. That's the background which I have. And that is the reason why I got a lot of chastisements from my counselor also. But later on I realized that is the best form of the music. And now I'm realizing, but then my tone and all has already been set to something, some jackal tune. That is how it is. So I cannot change that, but I can offer it the same to a lot. And you people are all bearing me. Let me be very, very clear. Thank you so much to all of you that you have given me some service.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Actually, in fact, you are bearing all of us.
Later on, we will all be in the same path with respect to slokas and all. The skill set you will also learn because you have that interest, right? So there is no guru and shishya here, Prabhuji. Just transfer of some skills within equals. That's it. Okay, let us be that clear.
Yeah, sure, Prabhuji.
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. Many Danvar Pranams, Prabhuji. For you.
Deepa Mataji, can you conclude the call?
Yes, Prabhuji. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय, श्रीमद् भगवत गीता की जय, श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रीला प्रभुपाद बुक रीडिंग की जय. हरे कृष्ण.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.